I'm Jay Johnson.
I'm Jason Brooks.
And let's take a shot at the weekly shoutouts.
In PE and athletics, Miss Mauricio, and Coach Zalen's work with middle school volleyball has the whole campus buzzing. Going into Friday night's doubleheader, that's 2 games back to back. The team is currently 2-0, also known as undefeated. More importantly, the middle school players are learning teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship. All the while, they're having fun. With 4 fresh people currently starting on the varsity team this year, middle school players know that the future looks bright and arrives quite quickly, coming right around the pike. Also, 2-time Coach of the Year, 2 times, ladies and gentlemen. Janie Hannon has the varsity cross-country team sweeping people up. The last 2 meets were with all runners achieving personal best, PR. The varsity volleyball team, under the tutelage of Coach Z, are on the cusp, that close, of making CIF playoffs in their first year. It's awesome. A win in their final game Monday could convince the CIF, California Interscholastic Federation, officials to include ESLA at their seeding meeting next Thursday. Let's cross things up for that one. Go Yotes.
Go Yotes, yeah.
Coyotes.
Coyotes, yeah.
Coyotes.
Yeah, very good, very good. All right, good. In the science department, Clay wants to congratulate members of the science department for utilizing hands-on and experimental learning. Mr. Collins continues to help students achieve success with the robotics team. Ms. Cameron utilized a scavenger hunt to teach middle school students about cells. Mr. Grice taught motion and velocity through an outdoor demonstration. These experiences make the science education at ESLA exciting and unique. I also want to give a big thanks to Mr. Pearson, Mr. Thornton, and Martine, who are continually moving tables, chairs, televisions, and whiteboards for the middle terrace rooms and the whole school. Without this help, we would not have classrooms. I think I can speak for everyone who teaches in Middle Terrace by saying thank you very much.
This next one is from General. First and foremost, let's just get a few things straight as phones ring in the background. Miss Zalen is the school's most gracious hostess. Often a thankless job. Miss Zalen covers the front desk well before students get here, arrive in the morning. She's here and make sure they go home safely. She works tirelessly in a space that isn't ideal. And she has to deal with a lot of the very difficult aspects of school life here, whether it's parents are grumpy in the morning, keeping tallies of the late and the absences, missing Chromebooks and all the other things that come up in the daily life of our students, whether they're sick or they're anxious, whether the parents are sick or anxious. And she has done a magnificent job. So from the general community, we just want to make sure that even though she's a little bit far away this year, we want to shout her out and let her know that the students miss her.
From the arts department, Aaron and Carla are crushing Open Studio. They're making magic inside a shoebox, and our students are loving them for it. The music team, Hunter especially, continues to set the tone for the week. Monday morning in chapel band, they keep the party going, and the 3 clubs in the Viper Room, which was fun. I've got to give a shout out to the whole science team who shares Middle Terrace, another iteration of this. They are a pleasure to share space with, move tables with, and chairs, and Clayton Houck is leading by incredible example. So thank you, Clayton. Lastly, the daring flock of middle school advisory continues to be a place where students feel a sense of community and joy. Despite room constraints and large groups, advisors have worked through numerous problems with a positive attitude. The students are also lucky to have you, advisors, as advocates and mentors. Thank you all.
I've got one more personal shout out. I really appreciate all the people who took care of all my responsibilities and all the things that happened while I was absent last week. So I really appreciate folks stepping into those gaps and really doing that for me. So thank you.
I'm Jay Johnson.
I'm Jason Brooks.
And these are your weekly shout outs.